What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 54. And we start today's episode off on the back of the quietest January transfer window of all time. We'll look at our fixtures in February. 4 games coming here. The Baggies, Burnley, Newcastle and West Ham as well. As we start off with West Bromwich Albion in the first game outside of the transfer window. Right now sitting 1 point clear in the race for a Champions League place. With no wins in our last 4 games in the Premier League. This seemed like a banker on paper. The Baggies, rooted to the bottom of the table, coming to take us on at Turner's Cross. We've only lost once all season long. I felt very confident indeed, and after we scored the first goal 9 minutes in after a lovely piece of skill from Tommy Healy, hasn't had many goals this season. That's mainly because we centre out play down the left-hand side or through the middle. But a lovely piece of skill there gets us our first goal as we take lead by a goal to nil. Stoppage time, still up by a goal. Oh, this was big. Leo Yates, not for the first time this season, saves a certain goal with a last-ditch clearance. And he really is that kind of hot and cold type of defender. Like you've seen so many times throughout the course of this series. He's got his feet muddled up, or I've misplaced a pass when playing out from the back and surrender possession, and an easy goal gets scored, a deflection off him into the back of his own goal. He's already got 2 own goals in 2 seasons, you know, but every now and then it's a crucial last-ditch block or challenge or interception you don't always see. And there, as you see the last-ditch clearance there, Leo Yates saves us as we finally get our first win in 5 attempts in the Premier League and scrape past rock bottom West Bromwich Albion. We got Leo to thank for those 3 points there. So following the victory, as you could see, we had the draw for the FA Cup 5th round, and finally, we've got a little bit of luck in this draw. Yes, 3 of the past 4 years, I know I keep saying it, but we've got to the last 16 and we faced the top 16. First Spurs, then Liverpool, and then of course last season Chelsea. Finally, we've got a decent cup draw. Yes, Watford coming to take us on at Turner's Cross for the last 16 in the Championship. So taking on the cycling GK and his boys. I feel confident. I feel very confident that this is the year we overcome that hurdle and finally make the FA Cup quarter-finals. We've got the chance, we've got the draw, now we've got to make sure we deliver. So second game of today's episode here, Burnley away at Turf Moor. Early on to the game, Samuel Bell, not giving up in his race to the Golden Boot, gets goal number 18 as his chance of hitting 40 is probably gone now, but I'll keep it alive for as long as possible. He makes it 1-0, and then 40 minutes in we double our lead as well. Lovely assist by Troy Parrott, and Eamon Cunningham finishes from close range to double our lead right before the break. In the second half, just 5 minutes after the restart, still up by 2, Rory Devine takes over down the right hand side and chips it through to Tommy Healy down the flank, nods it on for himself. Phil Jones caught in 2 minds. Does he come? Does he stay? In the end he decides to come. That leaves his teammate in a bit of an awkward position. He's not going to get goal side. Samuel Bell with the acrobatic kick there into the back of the net gets goal number 19, and that's definitely my favourite. Well, actually it's probably not my favourite this season after the Tony Yeboah-esque goal he scored at the start of the campaign. Lovely technique, that was fantastic. And I don't score that many acrobatic or scorpion kick type of goals. When they do come off, they really do look so cool. So a lovely bit of technique there by Bell for goal number 19 in the Premier League this season. It is 3-0 Cork City, and not too long afterwards, 58 minutes in, he might be going for the Golden Boot, but I'm not sure he's going to hit 40 now. He's just hit the halfway point. That's his 20th goal of the season. Ben's one in for his hat-trick and our 4th goal of the game. But yeah, I think after a little bit of a mini slump with him, after that red hot start, 8 goals in 4 games, and after that I struggled to get him the goals on a regular basis. There's still a chance, and you know, obviously I mention it every single episode. I keep you guys updated with how many goals he's currently got. 20 goals, there's still a chance, but the one thing about Bell is he's also still a team player. Yes, he wants the Golden Boot, yes, he wants the 40, but he's also one of the top assist makers in the Premier League right now, going for the assist title as well as the Golden Boot, which Tony, of course, has done a couple of times as well. He makes it Troy Parrott makes it 5-0 as Bell gets the assist to go along with the 3 goals he scored in our best win of this season so far. Burnley 0, Cork City 5, and I was thinking, why have we been struggling so much? You know, 1 win in our last 5 Premier League games, and he just came through West Brom, and it's really weird how that happens in FIFA sometimes. You know, like you're struggling quite a bit for several games, and then you respond with an absolute bang. Like you just blast many goals in the very next game. It's so strange, but yeah, 5-0 the final score there, and Bell the hat-trick, because he's not giving up yet in his pursuit of the Ivan Toney 40. Still, for the following game of today's episode, Everton taking us on here at Turner's Cross as they come to Ireland to face us. Leo. Yes, first time I've done that this season. First goal of the season for Big Leo as he heads in and makes it 1-0 to Cork early. And then right before the break, we would double our lead through Eamon Cunningham after a nice bit of skill by Healy. And I don't know if you saw that as well, but I thought this was really cool. A cool little animation here from EA. I'll show you it again. A little replay for you here. When the ball hit the back of the net, Pickford in frustration bangs the ball back into his own goal in anger on the half volley. I thought that was really cool because you don't normally see that sort of stuff. You know, it's like it's a show of genuine emotion. Of course, now you do see sometimes when goals get scored that, you know, sometimes like here you see the Everton players sort of pointing fingers and sort of trying to pass the buck a little bit, but it's never really too expressive, if you know what I mean. Like sometimes it's too expressive, like in late game situations when you score a late goal to win the game 2-0 or whatever, and you know the players collapse to the floor and it's like, mate, it's match day 3. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a big deal. Sometimes it's a bit too expressive, and then sometimes it's a little bit too passive. It's one of those things where I hope EA do continue to work on it as the years go by, because it's got better and better year after year. I don't deny that. Back in the old days, the players just stand still, you know. But either way, that was kind of cool there how Pickford just blasted the ball into the back of his own net there after we scored our second, and we scored 2 goals in the second half as well. Tommy Healy getting a goal along with his assist as well, and in stoppage time too. A little bit sweaty, but I had to do it. 21st goal of the season for Samuel Bell. Had to get him a goal there in a 4-0 rout. So big victory, and as you can see by the table as well, we are currently 5 points off Manchester United, Liverpool in second and Chelsea in first. Look, we're not going to break into the top 3. I think that's set right now. Where the teams finish, we don't know, but I can't see us breaking into the top 3. But as for Man City and Spurs and Arsenal, they are still breathing down our necks. A bit of a better patch of form for us, but 3 wins in our last 4, decent. But when you've got 5-star teams around you and closing in on you pretty quickly, it's hard to keep them at bay. We're 10 points clear of Arsenal. I feel pretty confident we can keep Arteta's side at bay. But as for Man City and Spurs, they're very close to us right now. I think Spurs have a game in hand as well, which if they win, they'll cut the gap to, I believe, 3. So 10 games to go. We've been in 4th place practically all season long. I'll tell you what, if we don't make it now, I'm going to be gutted, man. If I choke away Champions League football now, I'm going to be devastated. I so badly wanted, I said at the start of the season, you know, top 10, but, you know, in my mind I was thinking Europa League. You know, I was thinking 5th to 7th really is what I'm aiming for this season. And if we do fall into Europa League, it's still a good season for just our second year at Turner's Cross in the Premier League. But there's a big difference between Europa League football and Champions League football, and I'll be gutted if we've been in the top 4 for all season long and then we're like 2 or 3 games to go, we fall out of it. So just got to make sure I hold my discipline, hold my nerve, and make sure we qualify for the Champions League. And so for the penultimate game of today's episode, first one of March, it was indeed the FA Cup last 16. The Hornets coming to take us on at Turner's Cross, 3 of the last 4 years, getting to the last 16, but being knocked out, haven't managed to clear the hurdle and make the quarterfinals until now. Yes, a rout at Turner's Cross for our 4th win in 5 in all competitions. Always nice to see Sharky get a goal. Troy Parrott completed the rout with his second goal of the game in a 3-0 victory, and there it is. Cork City finally have made the FA Cup quarterfinals. We got very lucky with the cup draws this season, no doubt about that. Bradford City, Derby County and Watford, all 3 teams outside the Premier League. But as who will be facing in the FA Cup quarterfinals for the first time ever, Cork City have got, wait for it, the Magpies, Newcastle United, West Ham vs Birmingham, Chelsea vs Man City, what a tie, and then Manchester United vs Wolves as well. So the Magpies, Newcastle United, to be fair, have been doing pretty well this season. They're in 10th place in the table, so in the top 10 right now. And they also knocked out Liverpool in the last 16 on penalties as well. So 4th successive draw at home. It's not going to be easy, but I'd definitely say we're favourites based on the form of both teams and where we both are in the table right now. So what a chance we've got. We've made the quarterfinals for the first time ever, and due to the draw, we're certainly favourites. It won't be a walkover, no doubt about that, but golden chance to make Wembley for the first time in the save. And if we don't do it, I've definitely bottled it. Bring on the Magpies, baby. It'll be coming in the very next game, in the very next episode. For our final game of today's episode, Fulham currently takes on at Turner's Cross, just above the relegation zone right now. And what a lovely first goal this was as well. Eamon, Cunningham to Bell, but our two best players in the team. That was glorious, man. Great little assist from Cunningham to fake Grabona. The perfectly weighted dink over the top, and then Bell with a Tony Yeboah style finishes it. Rattles the crossbar twice as he gives us the lead. Parrott scores once again, his third goal in 2 to make it 2-0 on the stroke of the hour mark. He's been great this season, has a genuine chance of hitting double digits for goals this year. He makes it 2-0, and over minutes ago, aiming to wrap up the 3 points with a big 3-0 victory. Barry Sharkey sent down the left-hand side, gets in behind Steven Sessegnon, and I saw him there. I just had to wait for Elistondo to come across. Once he did, I dinked it to the back stick. It's a bit of an overhit cross actually from Sharkey there, or dink if you will, but Samuel Bell can work with any type of floated ball into him. He's so good when that ball's sort of sitting up a little bit, either going for a header or for a volley as well. Bell gets his second goal of the game. The pursuit of 40 is looking unlikely, but with 9 games to go, we're still in the top 4. 4 clear of Man City, 7 clear of Spurs. They do have the game in hand. 9 games remaining. FA Cup quarter-final. We've got the tie against Newcastle in the very next game, in the very next episode, and on the brink of Champions League football as well. Don't choke now, Docksy boy. Don't choke. But that was this is the Court to Glory, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the massive episode coming out very soon. Massive clash against Man City in the race for the top 4, and an FA Cup quarter-final tie against the Magpies as well. Very soon.